What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with Porsha's Family Matters. Happy New Year to everybody. We're in 2022. It's been a long time coming. I enjoyed this break. I did. How did you guys enjoy your new year? I'm so excited, but let's get into it. So, Porsha Family Matters came back tonight, and this episode has raised a lot of questions for me. I might do a separate video from this to talk about what recently happened on the show. I might do that. But let's get into it. So it starts off with the next day. Lauren is hosting a yoga class. Dom's there, Lauren W, and Dennis. So they're, doing poses, breathing, meditating, all that stuff. In the midst in the midst of them doing poses, a certain pose was coming up, and Dennis pretty much called Porsha a lazy lay at the end of it. So 45 minutes later, Dennis is wondering, what is the purpose of this trip? Why am I here? Because for someone who wanted to know everybody else's intention, and for someone who wanted this to be a blended family, someone hasn't been present. Where's Porsha and Simon? Why aren't they here? So Dennis thanks Lauren for this opportunity because he wants to stay true to his intentions in the beginning, which was to be co-parent with Simon and Porsha, be better for Pilar, and let the past go. So I feel like Dennis is doing his part. Why isn't Porsha doing hers? And he instantly thought when him and Porsha got together that her friends became his friends, but now he realizes you guys aren't my friends. You guys are Porsha's friends. And I feel like this trip is being done in vain because since you guys are her friends, you guys are not holding her accountable for her to be present for this trip. This trip was her idea. Why isn't she here? And then he also feel like the reason why people don't want to hold Porsha accountable is because all they see of Porsha is the celebrity. She's a celebrity, and you guys just want to kiss her ass and just make sure she's cool because if she's happy, then you guys are happy. And as far as her relationship with Simon, whether or not she's in love with him or not, I think Simon only wants to be with Porsha because she's a celebrity. Does he not know the full Porsha? Does he not see the exact Porsha for who she is? Not just Porsha from Real Housewives, not Porsha the activist. Do he know Porsha? All he sees is a camera crew and a syndicated televised network. That's all he sees. And Dennis was speaking complete realness all throughout this episode, and I wasn't blaming him because it's the truth. I don't know why you guys are pacifying or coddling towards Porsha because you don't want her to get upset. Oh well, she grown. She gonna need to know that things don't go her way no matter how much she tries to bitch and moan and have a tantrum. And Lauren said the reason why they coddle her is because she gets so much flack on social media. She's has so much anxiety about what people said on the comments, so we tend to turn the blind eye on the things that we know make sense, the things we know don't make sense, and we don't want to tell her that how we think because it's going to make her mad, it's going to make her upset, she's going to cut us off, fire us because she don't like what hears. Oh well, Lauren, this is a slap in the face for your sister who wanted this trip, and you took the time to prepare for everything, and she hasn't been grateful to you. And you now realize Dennis, you made sure that Dennis had to be present for the festivities, present for the activities and everything, and he's been doing his part. The main person who's been complaining about wanting her families to be blended is not showing up. That's Porsha. Because at the end of the day, this would have been a waste of a trip. I agree. This would have been a complete waste of a trip if the one person who's been harping and bitching and moaning the entire time how she wanted people to come together and heal and move forward to be a blended family, but the person's not here. She's not here. So, Lauren W, the assistant, she understands what Dennis is saying, but she does feel like we are your friends. I mean, as when you got together with Porsha, we decided to become close. But I feel like we need to be around each other more because since you guys are not together, we're gonna have to develop a different friendship now. And Dennis opens the door. If anybody that got a problem with me, please let me know, because I don't have an issue with nobody, and I don't want to walk around with folks who has an issue with me. I don't know about it. Dom wants an apology from Dennis because Dom doesn't want to be automatically to be blamed for trying to be sneaky or messy. And apparently Dennis said, well, you've done some sneaky stuff in the past, so I don't know why you want an apology from me. What do I want to apologize for you for? Now, Dom, you were messy. You were messy because when you had that robe, I don't know who gave you the robe, but you instantly made that statement. I don't know why I'm carrying your baby daddy robe. You wanted to rile up Porsha to bring that up. So take ownership of that. And now that he said he's done messy stuff in the past, apparently the last time that Dennis saw Dom, he said he was going to beat his ass. Because the story goes, Dom told Lauren, who told Porsha, that Dennis cheated on her. And later in the entire process of the story, the woman that Dennis cheated on Porsha with, a year later, she get hired at his club. Did not know who hired her. He has over 100 locations, 100 locations or something like that. But he has multiple locations of his club and restaurants, and he doesn't know who does the hiring. So when he found out that she was hired, I don't think he felt the need to fire her or remove her, because I don't know if he was going to see her like that, depending on the location. And he just didn't think that it was necessary. But I think that was a cop out, Dennis. You can't just, come on, the woman you just had sex with while your fiance is at home pregnant. I think that would be a conflict. I think you should fire her, because this is going to be like, really? Someone's going to recognize her and someone's going to tell Porsha, which Dom did. And Dom met her at the club, saw her, instantly told Porsha, and that's what led to Dennis and Porsha breaking up for real, the second time. So while Dennis doesn't want to bring up the past, he feels like, you know what, right now I just want to move forward and us try to build a better friendship for the sake of Porsha and for the sake of PJ. That's my main concern. Whether or not she's in love with this guy or not. And Lauren said, okay, it was brought up about what happened, because Lauren W. wants to know, since this relationship came so suddenly, it's really quick, why is this relationship moving so fast and she's so dead set? But what's the difference from his other three relationships? Why those didn't work? And Dennis, you had to plug this in, Dennis. A partner was like, you messy, but hey, it is what it is, right? Because Porsha can't keep on holding in or covering what we know is surrounding the situation. So Dennis said, well, I know it's fucked up for me to say, but the reference to how you think this is how quickly it came about was because Simon told me when relationships don't work, he got a moving company on speed dial to move everything that he needs to be moved before, like, if the relationship is moving downwards, not upwards, going downhill, he already has his movers set in place. So it's kind of like, that's kind of like fucked up though, because a man automatically has a moving company set in place if relationship doesn't work out. You don't think that would be kind of fucked up for Porsha? Like, for real, how's he gonna take that? So while we're hearing moving, here comes Lauren. She comes back in and said, moving where? Oh, I said I sold a moving company. Oh, I don't want you to move. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not gonna move. But he said he loves y'all and he wants us to have a good time. So Lauren is meditating up in her room. Porsha's calling her name left and right, loud as hell, and she is giving her props about her room. It's cool as Bill. You did better than me. I'm upset. And she asks, is Dennis still in her room? She said, no, he actually moved. He's 2 doors down from you. I was wondering why he was on this floor. I thought he meant to see his mom. No. So then it was because he had a date. So Porsha says she has no issue with the girl, but this is a family retreat, and she wants to know what Dennis's true intentions of being here. He needs to be here for the family. I'm staring at the screen. I'm like, Porsha, he has been. The one time that he had to do something for himself as a problem, but yet he was present for everything. He was present for the meditation, the yoga, the underwater cave, the talking stick. He was present for everything. You, my girl, have been MIA with Simon, doing whatever y'all doing. So, he said, Lauren said he did say that, and he said his intentions are letting go of the past and moving forward with the co-parent relationship with you and Simon, and also you and Mama Gina, in a better communication. So Porsha says she does not want to communicate with Gina. She goes on and on about how Gina, no, letting go of the idea that she had, the dream that she had, that Gina will be permanently in her family. And she said, no, that dream has been sailed. Because she felt like all the things that she prayed, she hoped, all of that went down the drain when the second day when they went to the underwater cave, and Mama Gina said, if I offended anybody by my behavior, I'm asking for forgiveness. Porsha felt like that was a roundabout way of not directing it towards Porsha by telling her, I'm sorry about our conversation. I'm sorry about what I said. Please forgive me. But I felt like Porsha, it wasn't just about you, because you had an issue with Gina about what your grandmother said to her, because your grandmother, to my opinion, was being a little bit messy and rude for talking about Dennis's past discretions in front of you and your fiance. I felt like, why were we talking about Dennis's mess in front of your new fiance? That makes no sense. That was putting him on blast. That was making him feel worse than what he already did. Just a big you up in front of a man that at that time was still legally married. So I don't see how that made it better. But everything isn't always going to be towards you, Porsha, because your mom has an issue with Diane, with Gina, about what she said. But like she said, if I offended anybody by my behavior, I am seeking forgiveness. That's towards anybody who felt Mama Gina was doing too much, not just you. And you didn't even want to have a conversation when she said it. When they were all doing what they want to let go and work on, you said, I don't have nothing to say. I'm okay. I don't have nothing to say. Like, you didn't even want to participate. So why are you acting as if what Mama Gina said was so out of left field? It wasn't. And then she also believes that the only time that Mama Gina smiled at her was because of Dennis bringing a date. And she wanted to flaunt that and taunt that in front of Porsha. No, Porsha, you instantly texted Mama Gina with captions of Dennis brought a date, your head exploded, and that ruined your whole entire mood. I don't know why. And it was a quick snip conversation because Dom wanted to know where Dennis was. She said he brought a date, he's busy, and that led you be upset. For what? He's grown. He doesn't have to go by you to tell you things what he wants to do. Just like how you didn't tell anybody you did not want to make it to the meditation, to the yoga. You did what you wanted to do. So why are you complaining and upset about this is ruining the purpose of the trip? No, Porsha, it's you. It's you. And Lauren feels like while Porsha feels like she doesn't need to fix anything with Gina, she doesn't want Gina in her family. All she is Pilar's grandmother, and that's all I want her to be. But at the same time, Lauren tells her, we're not here to change Gina. We're here to change us, change our perspective, focus on what makes us be in a calm state. And I feel like, yeah. And the awareness that we have towards someone. And Porsha, as I'm seeing you talking, are you listening to yourself when you're talking? Are you aware by how stupid you sound? Because at the same time, all I'm seeing as you're talking is you pointing the blame at someone. That's all I'm seeing. You are placing the blame at Gina, at Dennis, as to why the situation, the retreat isn't going how you want it to go. But this isn't what the purpose of the trip was. We're supposed to work on ourselves. And I feel like all the issues you have against Mama Gina and Dennis are the same issues you have with yourself. Because Lauren tells Porsha, you're not being honest. You're not being open. You're not being vulnerable. You're not being yourself. You keep going on and on about how you want this big blended family, but yet I feel like once it gets too hard, you want to say, I tried, I've given up, which is exactly what you did. When something didn't go your way, you just felt like, well, that's it. I don't want to do this no more. And that's not how it works. Things don't go your way the first time. You have to work at it. But then Porsha said, I could move forward without someone taking constantly jabs at me. But I feel like, how was she taking jabs? I think the reason why you feel like it's jabs is because while you think she's not holding Dennis accountable, she's trying to see it from both parties. Well, I know my son fucked up, but girl, you're not so innocent either. And that's what you don't like. And, right. Yeah, and then of course, I feel like the only person who's not participating or not getting the actual healing and the rewards from this is you. Why? Because I wanted to come in meditation? Exactly. You didn't come to meditation. Because she felt that she wasn't given the tool to move forward, wasn't given the tools to understand what she's trying to do. She don't think meditation or being quiet is supposed to help her. You don't know that because you didn't try. You didn't try. You didn't come to meditation. That would have helped you understand exactly how to feel, how to breathe, how to let go of that, push out positive energy and not take it negative. You would have learned that, but you felt like that wasn't going to be helpful to it. Then of course the reason why you did not want to go was because the person who came, and that turns your entire energy off, which is not good. How can you say you want to have this big family retreat for everybody to open and heal and come together, but you want to have an excuse or a no-show because of a certain person that's there? That's not showing up and showing how you want to be mature and move forward for things. If you want to go ghost when the person that's there that you don't like, it makes zero sense. You're bothered by someone that's on the trip, but that person is the person you wanted here. You wanted Dennis is here. You wanted him here. You're not fixing yourself. You're not doing the work. Porsha said, I am fixed. You're not fixed. You're not. I am seeing all of this, and this is broken. There are some cracked pieces, and you're acting as if you are doing the work, but you're not. The whole point of this was to fix yourself, not fix other people and then feel like now that's my blended family. No, and that's what Lauren said. Porsha's idea of a blended family was for her to be the one to oversee everybody else's issues and then say, now my family is fixed. No, everybody needs to do the work and participate to make sure everybody is coming to the table with what their issues are and they coming together. You can't be the overseer and feel like since you're fixed, you're good. You can oversee everybody else's issue and have an opinion. No, because we can see yours as clear as day. Just because you don't think meditation can heal your problems, then you need to find other sources. Therapy, hypnosis, something. Here goes Porsha. My God is my healer. He does all those things. You are right, Porsha. God is the healer. He sees all. He is all that and then some. He is the therapist. He's the counselor. He will hear you and bless you with the guidance for you to be, fix yourself. But at the same point in time, you need an actual person, Porsha. You need a therapist. You need a counselor. You need other forms of pushing out what you want to translate and want to communicate without you being mad, being petty, being passive aggressive, without being resentful. You need to find other avenues. Because at the end of the day, you're human. You have an ego, you have a bias, you have all that, and you need to figure it out. So then Porsha, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel no sympathy. I really didn't. She's crying about what it means to be in a family of divorce and broken, how she wishes her mom would taking the step to be a blended family between Lauren's father and her mother and her mom Diane. She wishes it wasn't such a disconnect, wasn't so many issues, so much confliction that it only led to her getting dropped off by her fathers and dropped off by her mothers. That's all it was. There was no family gatherings. There was none of that. And she does not want Pilar to go through the same things that she went through. Now, she said, I know I'm 40 years old and I know that it's far-fetched, but that's my dream and that's what I want. And you can have that dream, Porsha, but at the same time, having that dream, you need to be open and honest about what you want. You can't just tell someone, I want us to blend without bringing in the issues that are causing the rift. You can't just say, let's be blended for what? What does every person in this family has to gain to be a blended family? Because for my father's side, my mother has no relationships with any of the mothers of my siblings. She has none. And she doesn't want to because she feels like, for what? All I want is for my daughter to have a relationship with her siblings. That is if her siblings wants to have one with her. I'm not going to force nobody to want to be nice to me when that's not. No, I'm not going to do that. So at the end of it, Porsha needs to focus on herself and not worry about everybody else's intentions, because while she's placing the blame, she's not focusing on herself. And she does not confront her problems well. You're absolutely right. She don't confront them well. She don't confront them at all. So then, while that's happening, Lauren tells Porsha about the activities. Dennis, Londi, Lauren W, and Dom are going to go tequila tasting, while Storm, Lauren, and Simon go ATV riding. Because she realized, I know that I put everybody to work. They do need to remember. I need to remember this is supposed to be a relaxation. It's supposed to be fun. So let's have some fun. So they go to tequila tasting, and while they're on the bus riding, Dom wants to ask Dennis, is he single? You know what I'm saying? Is there any resolution? Is there any hope? He said, no, I'm good. I'm good. I am copacetic. I'm straight. Because Lauren W. felt like it is a bit interesting how we've said Dennis and Porsha, but now we're trying to remember to say Porsha and Simon, because it happened so quick. And Dom asked Dennis, how long has it been since you guys have been together? About 3 months. And then in that 3 months, you get engaged. You ready for that? Okay. So also, she saw Dennis's date praying around the thong, smoking hookah. Blondie W saw the same thing, so they want to know the age difference. She's 30. You having a good time? Is she support, or is she something that's gonna hang around for a minute? And it's just like, it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong. So the age ain't nothing but a number. But then I think Dom said Simon's older than Porsha, but Porsha isn't young. You right. Porsha is very legal, but it's still like, a 40 and a 60-year-old for real. Okay. Anyway. Um. Oh yeah, Lonnie tells Dennis what happened at the dinner with Storm, and she said, "Listen, I don't have time to argue with a 23-year-old." And what happened with Darlene? Dennis is worried about Darlene because her Holy Ghost experience really scared everybody, and he's want to know, is she gonna be okay? So while that, while they said that, Londi and Dom reenact the entire scene when Darlene got the Holy Ghost, started screaming and hollering, and Storm's face. I can't. Oh my god, that scene was so funny. I died. I was stomping and everything because that was so funny and so accurate. So Lauren, Porsha, and Storm and Simon, they're about to go ATV riding, and apparently Porsha is a klutz because she used to fall all the time. And then we find out she has a lot of memories of her father taking her and her brother's ATV. She also said she doesn't want to let Lauren know that because they never let her go. Porsha, what is this little competition you have in your head? Why you didn't want to tell Lauren? Or you trying to one up Lauren? How you've had more memories with their father than she did because she lived with your father? And you didn't. I don't like that. That wasn't necessary to say. That wasn't cool. So while they were prepared to ride on the ATVs, Simon doesn't have nothing to cover his head. He felt like his head gonna be on fire due to them riding out in the sun. So Portia takes off her pants to give it to Simon, and she said, "You used to me having my legs over your head anyway." Did not want that image. I don't want that image. Didn't want that statement. Nope. Moving on. So the other crew, they're enjoying their tequila tasting, and then they're having lunch, and they decide to play a game of truth or take a shot, courtesy of Londi. And it pretty much, let's just have the truth sit out, and if you don't want to talk about it and resolve it, then take a shot. So Londi asked Dom if there's any woman on the trip that you'll sleep with, who would it be? Everybody thought it would be Porsha or Storm. He said Esther, the family friend. I'm like, Esther? Now I thought Dom was one of the kids. Isn't he one of the kids? He said, I think she was good. She'll look good. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back and forth with the scenes. So the next scene is Porsha riding on the ATV. Portia's driving 40 miles an hour. I think Simon was too. Lauren and Storm is riding 10 miles. So Porsha stops because she broke a nail. So they had to stop, go to the medic. She cuts down to the white meat. I see blood. That shit hurts. I understand. And while, she's getting taped up, Storm is complimenting Portia's boobs while she's sitting getting taped up. I'm like, stop fawning. Stop fawning. Stop kissing up. Stop. It's annoying. At the flashback to another scene, Dom asks Londi, did you think it was weird that Porsha didn't take her shot last night, but Simon did? Lonnie thought it was because of the pregnancy situation, rumors. And Dennis was like, she pregnant? No, she's not pregnant. Lauren W. said it. He said, how do you know? Because I saw her pee on the stick and she wasn't pregnant. He's like, oh, damn. And she let him hit him after 2 days. Interesting. Lonnie right back says, you let her hit after 1 day. Touche. Wow, Porsha. Listen, I'm not gonna tell nobody when or not to have sex with their partner when they want to, but girl, you couldn't like okay. So Dennis asked Londi, "Why does Porsha treat you so bad?" She said, "Because I'm too blunt and too honest for her. I'm not gonna kiss her ass." Facts, because she realized that the chorus of the family, her and Porsha try to be friends, but from what Porsha requires of people to be her minions or yes men, Lonnie's not gonna do that. So right now we're just cousins. And of course, you know, you got Dom, who's definitely an ass kisser, Lauren W, who's paid to be an ass kisser, and Storm, who wants to voluntarily be an ass kisser. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay my true authentic self, being blunt and honest, and if she can't handle it, oh well. So Dom asked Dennis what's the real issue between him and Storm. He said, "Where do I start? Multiple things." They said, "Name one." First of all, Storm is a liar. She's complaining about how she never gets celebrated. Nobody thinks about her. Nobody cares about her. It flashes back. Storm is complaining about how she felt like she was overlooked. There's never been nothing celebrated about her. She wishes if it was a cookout, it was about her. And Dennis said, first of all, it's all because, wait, yeah, first of all, I'm the one that threw her 21st birthday party at my club. But this was before she got fired. Why did she get fired? Because she was late. She was speaking to customers crazy, the staff crazy. And apparently that was the real reason why Storm came stopped coming around, was because Porsha and Dennis started appearing up, and that's when Porsha was gushing about a man that she met named Dennis. And Storm said, "I don't fuck with him, so I'm not gonna be around as much." So Dennis tells the reason, yeah, I don't fuck with him. And then they further said that Dennis threatened her. So did Dennis try to holler at Storm? He said absolutely not. But I do find it weird that she's hanging around Porsha a lot, because Londi feels like whenever there's an argument between Londi and Storm or anybody else with Storm, Portia's gonna take Storm's side. And it's weird for Dennis because he's been around the family for 5 years and he hasn't seen Storm only on the holidays. I never knew that Porsha and Storm were close like that. I've only seen them once together. They don't call each other like that, so now they besties. What's up with that? So we're talking about the argument that Londi had with Storm, and she feels like, you know what, when she said, "What are you gonna do?" she wanted me to get up and react, but I said no, I'm gonna sit down and compose myself, because if I would have got up, I would have broke that bitch in half. And I am not. I believe Londi, she would have did that, because I feel like Storm is an attention seeker. She wants to start drama. She wants to be the breakout star of Portia's show, and it is obvious towards the end of this episode. So we also found out that oh no. Lauren W says Porsha does not deal with her emotions well. I think she holds stuff in, and she doesn't know how to deal with things, which is true. Now they all take a shot in between all this, and they said take a shot for Lauren might get fired because she told a lot. And he was like, "You know what? You kind of cool. I did not even think that you'd be this cool. I thought you was an op." And what is an op? An op is a snitch, a hater, a person who's jealous. Because then it's been spilled by Dom that he was the one that told Porsha that Dennis cheated on her. Because the first time was an accident, okay? Then the second time, like, what do you mean you don't want to tell her? Why did you tell her? But he didn't know he was working. Like Dennis said, he has over multiple locations. He doesn't know who does the hiring. So he not thinking it was wrong that he hired her. But come on, Dennis, come on. Come on, really make it make sense, Dennis. That don't make sense. So he felt like, you know, Dom didn't need to tell her, you know what I'm saying? But majority of what I'm seeing right now, Dennis does not want to get called out for getting caught. Basically, he cannot handle being caught. Even though he said he cheated on Porsha one time, it doesn't matter. You're not taking accountability for the fact that you got caught. That's number one. And of course, Dom, you were too eager to tell Porsha. Just like how tonight at dinner, we're gonna get to that. You were too eager and happy to tell that. Because it's just like what Dom said. If there was no bitch, there wouldn't be no snitch. If you would have taken ownership and realized you got caught, that's what it is. Dom, I think Dennis was playing. He's like, "You want to catch that fade? Let's catch that fade." But we also find out that Lonnie was Dennis's assistant. And it came down to the start towards, Portia's baby shower, that he wasn't calling, he was cutting her hours, he wasn't asking much of her, and she wanted to know where was that going, because that would have led to her going back to working for Porsha, and that wasn't the case. And he felt like, you know what, you can't take it, you can go. And she wanted to know, why did I get fired? He said you got fired because Porsha pretty much either pressured him to fire her, or did not want to have nobody else working for him. I don't know, but Porsha was the one that got Lonnie fired. So then they all take shots. So obviously it's the end of the night. We got to the family dinner. Everybody's wondering where the festivities were. Aunt Liz and Gina went to the spa. It looks fun. And then we're talking about a tequila tasting. Dom is over there looking tipsy as hell. All those tequila shots and spilling all that tea and receiving tea. He couldn't help it. He couldn't help it. So he brings up the conversation that they had about how he was the one that ratted on Dennis and told Lauren, and who told Porsha. And he had to say it. Right. Okay. Yeah. So while he instantly blurts that out, because Portia wants to know what happened, what's going on, why would that conversation bring brought up? She goes to Londi. Londi, what are they talking about? Why would that being brought up? Londi said, I don't want to get involved, and I'm not mad at that. She said, nope, I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. I'm not gonna do that right here. Nope. So it shows Portia's irritated because she wants more about the tea. She wants to know. He opened the door. What's going on? And where was that? Oh yeah. So yep, yep. Cause she, yep, and I believe Lauren or the other since to know Don can be a snitch, and this is evident. So Lauren tells the story about Don met the woman at the club, told Lauren who she was. Lauren said, "Don't tell Portia. They have a happy home. They're a family. Don't do it." And of course, didn't have the nerve to hire her back. He said he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't hire her. He doesn't know what's going on. The Lauren wants to know why is my name keep popping up, because Dom told you who you, and either Dom told you, you didn't want nobody to know, and Dom still told Portia. So yeah, yep. So Mama Gina said, "Why are we talking about this? This is over. Let's move on. We shouldn't be bringing up the past," which I agree. So I feel like none of us should be rehashing this, because she wanted to bring Simon in on how he'll never. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. So while that's all happening, Portia feels like, well, this is the whole purpose of the trip, for us to rehash things and move forward. And at the same point in time, Simon wouldn't hire when Slew would hire his hot bartender when knowing that his wife, this pregnant fiance, is at home. Portia, didn't Simon tell you, when you guys are just now finding out more about each other after getting engaged, after knowing each other for 2 weeks, he said he's cheated multiple times on his relationship. He said he didn't cheat on Fallon though, but Diamond, that's my name. Simon said he's a cheater. He said it. So I don't know why you want to play Simon as a saint of being a monogamous relationship, when he said he's cheated multiple times, versus Dennis one discretion. I just want to know. I just want to know. That's all I want to know. Because yes, Dennis is fucked up for what he did, but you're not going to hold Simon at a higher pedestal because of what Dennis did. That's what you're not going to do. So Simon definitely recognizes that Portia shouldn't be disinvested, or she isn't invested into Dennis's life, but she holds a lot of resentment. And she needs to find a way to heal and let it go. No, it's both, Simon. She is definitely invested into Dennis's life. And she holds resentment. Because let's go back to the beginning of the season. She did not want him to bring a date to the cookout. I don't know why. If it's family, that's fine. But now you're trying to still hold that same, he can't move on, because I want him to see me move on. I want him to see what he missed out on, and I want him to wallow in misery. That's not gonna work. So after all of that, oh right, I'm here. So basically, Simon's definitely seen it, but he's not gonna say nothing because he loves the limelight. He loves the controversy, the issues, the anger. He loves it all. And Gina feels like I don't want to be a part. This is why I want to be a part of this, because I keep on bringing it up with my son. And I feel like, why are we bringing this up again if she is over there with a new man? I thought she was over it. Now, it could be perceived as if Mama Gina don't want to hear that her son cheated on a woman who was pregnant. That's her fiance. It could be she don't want to hear those bad things about her son. But it can also be, aren't we done talking about this? Dennis said he's been in the family for 5 years. You still not over this shit yet? I understand hurt has a long time to heal, but yet I feel like some part of you is healed if you're sitting next to a man that you're engaged with. And she's talking to Liz, and Liz feels the same way because he feels like this is the actual Hosea Williams family right here. This is it right here. So Porsha sees Mama Gina on the defense of Dennis, and she don't like it. And she feels like, now we talking about your raggedy ass son and she got an issue. Well, it's not just that, Porsha. It's because why are we talking about this? This is supposed to be about everybody else's issue, but the entire time we've been talking about you and Dennis. That's all we've been talking about this entire time on this trip is you and Dennis. What is everybody else issues about? What is? We don't know. And then Mama Gina said in the confessional, how many times are you going to replay this story? Because you're moving on, right? You have a whole man next to you, but why are you so concerned about what he's done in the past if it's in the past? So then Liz definitely don't like what Dom did, because Dom, you was definitely messy. You was definitely hot, buzzed off that tequila, and you want to start some mess. And she said Dom is going to start this controversial conversation. He's going to start it off. He was too eager at dinner to have this conversation, in which he was. So, so I think Dennis don't like. Oh yeah, promising for me. Yeah, so Dom is going off about if you did not have nothing else to hide, or you did not have nothing else you want to keep secret, you shouldn't have had your girl live working for you. That's your problem, not mine. But Lauren W is telling Dom, calm down. You are drunk, you're tipsy off that tequila, and you're causing problems right now. You're doing too much. Just calm down. And I think Dom was trying to say I'm loyal, or Porsha was saying he's loyal, let him finish, because Lauren W told Dom to stop. And Porsha said, why are you telling him to stop if he's telling him what's going on? Why? Because you already know this. So why you want to hear it again? So Don's getting irritated because he feels like everybody's coming at him because he's drunk. And he's speaking on things, and we to move on to something else. Like Gina said, let's move on. Talk about something else. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Here goes Storm, who should have stayed quiet and ate her food because nobody was talking to her. She said, but your son is still talking. Bitch, nobody was talking to you. And Dom wasn't even... Nobody was talking to you. Dennis was telling Dom, you're too messy. Shut the fuck up. I don't know why you're bringing this up again. I thought we were over and done with what we talked about. Shut up. And Storm, you sit down and eat your food. So, Porsha don't like how this is the second time that Dennis told her cousin to shut the fuck up. She's already let it go once. Now this time, this is too much. And she calls security, to get Dennis and his mother removed. And she wants to end the conversation now and gets up. Storm follows her, of course, because she feels like, I don't like this. This is not wrong. Let him go. He needs to leave. Dennis already don't want to be a part of this. He said, fine, I'm gonna go. Let's go, Mom. Let's go. Because while Storm had to come up and talk about, Dennis still talking, she said it in such a rude way towards Mama Gina, which caused Dennis to say, shut the fuck up, don't speak to my mama like that. Because Mama Gina was going on about how we should move on. This is the past. Stop talking about this. Stop bringing it up. So he said, Mama, it's not your fight. I got this. Mama, it's not your fight. Calm down. I got this. So while all of that is coming up, Storm and Porsha is yelling at the camera crew and the security team and saying, let's go. You need to leave. Tell him and his sluts and his mama they need to go. Not good, Porsha. That wasn't right. Because nobody was coming at you disrespectful. All of these issues and resentment and unresolved issues that you have towards Dennis and his mother, this right here. Dom, you started this shit, okay? And Storm, you egged it on by coming into a conversation that had nothing to do with you. And so while trying to get up and leave, he said, Mom, it's cool. Let's go. And she's yelling. Porsha's yelling. Dennis is yelling. And he said, first of all, Don't tell me to shut up because you wanted me to come here. I don't even want to be here, but I wanted to come here for you. So don't act like that. So shut up. Don't do that. So while she's telling him to shut up, he's telling her to shut up. Storm's in the background. After Dennis said, I wanted to be here. I still came here. So what's the problem? Here's Storm. And you're still here 4 days later. Shut up. Shut up. Why are you still talking? Shut up. Nobody was talking to you. Nobody asked for your opinion, Storm. You are egging it on. And Porsha, why aren't you telling Storm to shut up? If it's so disrespectful for Dennis to tell another woman to shut the fuck up, then you tell her. Tell her to be quiet. She's making it worse. So while that's happening, Simon tells Dennis, okay, let's leave. We can come back and finish this later. Not cool right now. On Liz, it says spiritual leader. You should be leading this. You see this shit happening right here. So out of the argument, I had to rewind more than once, and then I had to look at the other Instagram stories about this scene. So while Porsha and Dennis are yelling back and forth, I'm making sure I see everybody else's movements. Mama Gina was behind Dennis, right? Storm is behind Porsha. They're going back and forth. I see Porsha's head turned differently. She wasn't facing Dennis, she was facing Mama Gina. Because Mama Gina went around to walk away, but either Porsha said something or Gina wanted to get up and close because she didn't like how Porsha was yelling at her son, right? So in the midst of that, I see movement. So I don't know, in that movement, do I see Porsha and I think Mama Gina and Porsha were about to go head to head, and that's when Dennis, reach. I think that's when he reached to block, reached to like separate. And that's when Porsha starts to swing. Now, I'm making sure that I see Storm. Storm is still standing behind Porsha, not engaging, not fighting, not doing nothing. And that's when Lauren comes in. She's trying to pull Dennis off. And they're going back and forth. So I just feel like what actually happened. I'm looking at the entire scene more than once because I feel like what actually happened. Something happened in this scene that I had to look at it more than once because... oh, I swear to God, this scene was so intense. I was like, oh my God. Because I didn't see Dennis raise any hands because I felt like before he could even react, the other security guard held his arms down. But Porsha was swinging left and right, swinging. Now, towards the end of that, it said to be continued. Now, that episode goes happening in this moment, and I feel like in this moment, oh my God. It's a whole scrutiny as to what happened. There's so many things on Twitter going back and forth. Did Dennis hit Porsha? Why did Porsha hit Dennis? What this Storm, like, it's a lot of back and forth, and I just want to know. Can I see a slow motion angle by angle, please? Because that was in the episode. It's to be continued. I cannot wait to get this because now that happened, Storm put out an allegation towards Dennis, basically to accuse him of physically assaulting her in Mexico. And also, when she worked for him, she claims that he sexually harassed. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I felt like Storm wanted to be seen. She wanted to make a splash. She wanted to create a storm that will get her out to be the victim in all of this. Based off of how she thinks that the way Dennis came at her was an extra issue. Now, as far as the entire history between them, I don't know, but let's find out. I want to find out, but that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.